Something of an update review, this one, to see whether it deserves the pro credentials. Keep watching. Yeah, welcome back to GotAUkulele. It's review day. This is your summary video review. Have a look at the link below each video. That will take you to the website where you'll get a lot more information than I'm going to tell you about now. Thank yous running across the bottom of the screen. These are people who've donated to the site through Buy Me a Coffee and direct donations or Patreon because they really help keep this site going. In fact, that's the only way this site can keep going. And if you have a look below this video, there's now a new YouTube option where you can say thanks and make a donation if you like this channel. That would be really much appreciated. And why not think about subscribing to the YouTube channel? Help me get that subscriber number up. If you hit the button down there, that will help. Also, if you hit the bell symbol, you'll get notifications of new stuff coming your way. Okay, I don't always do a lot of update reviews of models that have changed over time. But this one intrigued me because I did really like the original, but it was missing something that I just thought was a crying shame that they didn't put onto it. This is a new instrument, and it may look familiar. This is the Populele Pro 2, or Populele 2 Pro. So basically, about a year and a half ago, I reviewed the Populele 2, which pretty much identical looking to this. It was black, the one I looked at, and it's a carbon composite instrument, very much reminiscent of the Lava U. Incidentally, I think these came first, not Lava. Carbon composite, very much in the Enya Nova U style, with some smart features, which I'm going to come on to, but I'm not going to go into all of that detail. Have a look at the link below because I've linked both the video to the original and the written review, because I'd really encourage you to watch that and read that, because I'm not going to go into as much detail in this one because that was a really long review, because ostensibly the smart side of it is exactly the same, and we'll come on to what that is in a moment. But as I say, yeah, carbon composite, not carbon fibre as these brands continue to call it. It's not carbon fibre, it's carbon composite. That's a plastic with carbon added to the mix, in this sort of what would you call it, it's kind of headstone shape, isn't it? Keystone shape, I suppose. Boat paddle. This one's in white, also comes in black, mint green and pink. And I really like the build, and I like the tactile edges and feel of it. This is the same as the original. Very much the same as the original. This has a what they call a what's it called? HPL synthetic fiber saddle bridge. It's a slot style with a bone compensated saddle into it. It looks like plastic to me. What I will say, it's chipped here, and it's showing the black material underneath, and it really shows up on the white. Now, on the Nova U's, I had some comments from people saying theirs was starting to chip and it's black underneath. This isn't chipped, although there are quite a few little scuff marks on it. I'm not probably going to be able to show you here and there. I suspect white is a colour that's going to get grubby quite quickly, and if it chips, it will be black underneath, because as you can see through the sound hole, it's black inside. But there's that. Okay, so that looks scruffy and that annoys me. Powder coated finish over the top of that black carbon composite, and this offset sound hole, exactly the same as the original. All of this is the same. But what I said about the original was that they'd put electric features into it in the smart features in the neck, but they didn't put a pickup in. And why would you make an instrument that had battery power into it and not give it a pickup? Because you've already got wiring in there. They've done that here. And this is exactly the same as I can see it. It's exactly the same pickup. They call it, what do they call it? I don't know. They've got their own name for it, but it is basically a transacoustic system. And it's exactly the same to my eyes. There's powers in here and the controls. Exactly the same in my eyes to the one on the Lava U. And that is to say, you power it on and we've got chorus, delay and reverb effects, which not only come out the jack socket for the amplifier, but also run into an actuator inside, which powers the back, and you get effects applied to the acoustic tone. I think most people know what these are now. Nova do it, Lava did it, Flight Soundwaves do it, and it's a lot of fun. So it's really nice to see that. What's not really nice to see though, this is powered by a USB-C charge socket in here. So you charge the back. Great, no batteries, no batteries. Yes, there are. You have to put batteries in as well here, because it's these batteries which charge the smart features. Why they chose to have USB charging for the pickup and battery charging for the smart features rather than running the smart features off the charge pickup baffles me. So you've got to charge it and you've got to use batteries. What? Oh, no. Silly. Anyway, inside not much more to see. You can see the actuator in there. Obviously a lot of wiring that isn't in the original. The neck, like the original, integral, goes up to a pretty nicely flattened profile up here because it's 35mm at the nut, 27.5 G to A. A bit too narrow string spacing for me, that, but I liked the original because it's flat here. Very shallow profile. I like that. It's comfortable, it's smooth, it's satin. Topping that is the same plastic fingerboard. Now it needs to be plastic because I'll show you the lights inside there for the smart features in a moment. Integral 14 frets. They call this the Pro. The only addition I've seen so far is that tuner. So just putting a tuner in it calls it a Pro. No, you see what they should have done, like Enya did with the Nova Pro, put metal frets on there, upgrade something else, because I don't think that's enough to justify calling it a Pro, because it does come with a price increase. I also don't like, and my other gripe at this in the last review was that it's so shiny. Why didn't you just make it matte? It would still work if it was matte. And another one, there are no side dots. Now when you power this on and you connect it, you get electronic light dots in here for the position dots, but when you're not plugged in doing it that way, you got no side dots at all, so that's a real omission. Okay, beyond the nut, that's integral. I like the headstock, funky Populele logo, hole in the middle of it for no real reason, but it's nice enough. And the tuners are largely the same as the original, although they have chrome buttons, not black plastic, so I suppose maybe that's another Pro upgrade. Come on. There we are. It comes with unnamed fluorocarbon strings and nothing else, no gig bag like the Enya Nova U does and the Lava does, so it's behind them on that. And it does come with a price increase. This is $279 from Populele. The original RRP was $189, so it's kind of, what is it? It's a $90 increase for the pickup. Actually, that's about the same as the pickup increase between the regular acoustic Nova U and the Nova U with the transacoustic system on it. So I understand why the price is more, but it does come out more expensive at $279 than the Nova U with the pickup. So it's more expensive. Is that justified? Probably because of the smart features. I'd say it probably is, but if you don't want the smart features, it's not worth that extra increase. So it's more money. I'm feeling all a little bit mixed about this at the moment because as I say, the only Pro upgrade is that, and I think that is a great upgrade, that pickup, because I like these, and yeah, but there's nothing else. I think they should have sorted the neck out and the frets. Okay, we need to have a play of it, and I'm only going to give you a very, very brief demo of it with the app because it works exactly the same as the original. So, as I say, watch that first video. The addition of that pickup has really bumped the weight up. This is 920 grams, and it's really body heavy. It's an absolute brick. Compared to the Nova, it's like, that's light as a feather. This is a heavy old thing, but feels kind of substantial. It feels very solidly made. I like it as much as the first one, although it is too heavy. And another gripe. This is a review instrument. They sent me this. They knew I was going to be picking it apart. The setup here is absolutely appalling. The strings above the 12th fret are about 3.7, maybe more, millimeters high. That's stupid. This has got to come down. The nut is too high as well. So this is factory only. And a thing about that price, $279 is the price you pay if you get it from Populele. With the original, they were being undercut quite a lot by discounters. But in this case, you will not get the full features of the app unless you buy from them, because you get a VIP card from them. So you might find it cheaper elsewhere, but you're not going to be able to use everything on the app, and you don't get the lessons, basically. Now, I'm not complaining for them to do that. They're trying to keep in business, but bear that in mind. This is $279 if you want the full functionality. Otherwise, you won't get it. Yeah, okay. So acoustic tone, and that setup is appalling. The volume, like the first one, really good. And the sustain, good. And I'm going to do some comparisons with that Nova U. This is just an acoustic test. So the Nova U. is quieter. Intonation out, because that nut is too high. But you see, acoustically, I think it's certainly. I think it's a bit mellower than the Nova, more rounded, but it's louder. Certainly louder. So okay, so it's a little bit more expensive than the Nova. Maybe you'll think that that's worth it because of that. And you can get the same pickup system. So we'll put the pickup on, and we have a delay. You know how these work. Chorus, you can't have chorus on and delay at the same time. And I find the chorus a bit too spacey. And then reverb, oh, I've got the reverb on, so. Turn the chorus and delay off. So that's your reverb, no reverb. All a bit of good fun. Alright, so that's, you know how they work, I'm not going to go into that. And let's put the smart features on. So now I've got it connected. Well, I haven't got it connected. I've got to go through the app. I go into music tools. I'm not going to run through all of this, but I'm just going to connect it up just to show you what it looks like. So now we now have the side dots on. And it's got things like a tuner on there. The tuner is better at picking up. I had a gripe about the first one. The tuner works far better on this. You can do things like this. So you can put sort of, you know, stage. That's quite fun, I think. I've always quite liked that feature. You can put your own, you can get chords up. So there's a D, there's an E, there's your F. So this is great for learning. And then also within the system, you get games. I'll put some screenshots up in the video for this, but you get games where you can basically takes you through some basic stuff and up to more advanced stuff. There's a big song library of songs you can play along to, daily exercise of chords, and it listens to your play and gives you a score out of 10. Do you know what? I really quite liked that, but my gripe about it was you do wonder about longevity with these, because if the iOS or Android system gets updated beyond something they can keep up with, you're then just left with a smart ukulele that you can't do anything with. And you need to be able to connect it to get the lights on to give you the side dots, hence why I want side dots. But do you know what? As a core ukulele, even if you turned all this off, and even if you turn it all off, you put some side dots on the side, you've got two acoustics, haven't you? Or you've got the trans acoustic you can still use as well. Obviously that doesn't rely on the app. I like the core instrument. I like the core instrument as much as I liked the original. I like the addition of the pickup, and I can understand why the price is more because of that. I just think they didn't think it through quite as much as they should have done to give it that pro tag. I think they should have done something like upgrade the tuners, put fret markers in, put metal frets in, perhaps something else, throw in a gig bag that you get with the Nova, or a tuner, or capo, or all that kind of stuff, because then it doesn't look like quite such a good deal. So it actually comes out with me with a slightly lower score than the original, because I think if you want the smart features and you see the benefit of them, yeah, a lot of fun. And if you want the pickup, yeah, a lot of fun. But you've got the original you can buy, which doesn't come with the pickup and the smart features. But if you don't want the smart features and you want this pickup, get the Nova U with the pickup, because it's a bit cheaper. Although you might think that the sound is a little bit better than this one. I don't know. It's not a bad instrument. It doesn't get a really bad score because I like the original. I like this one. I just think that there's a few open goals that they missed, really, where they could have really made this a Pro. But they didn't. Basically all they've done is put a pickup in it. There we are. The Populele 2 Pro model. $279 from Populele, and as I say, if you buy it from a discounter, you might not get full functionality of that app. Don't really know what you lose, so I'm not sure. It's all very unclear. But there we are, $279 from them versus $189 list, I think, for the original without the pickup. I think that markup's okay. I don't know. It's just kind of irritated me a little bit, this review, because I just expected more from Pro, but I still like it as a core. In a world of carbon composite instruments like the Nova, like the Lava, like one or two others that are out there, I still think the core instrument here is pretty good, but I have to drag that score down because they've tried to improve something, and I just think, as I say, they've missed a few things. I think it's just really they've put a pickup in it, that's all. I still like the smart functionality. For kids, it's fun. My daughter tried it when she was 11 and she had a whale of a time with it, so there's a good recommendation. It's not for me. It might not be for many of my readers, but it's still a bit of fun. The Populele, I'm rambling, aren't I? And that's not because I'm raving about it. It's just there's been a lot to get through here, and I don't know whether I've actually covered everything, but it's still a bit of a hoot. Yeah, Populele 2 Pro 279. I will be back next week. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been going on, haven't I? Yeah, I'm back next week. Don't know what's coming, but we're approaching Christmas. Let's get something sparkly on the reviews, shall we? How about something like that? Thanks very much for watching. Thanks to my people who've donated and said thanks, and thank you for my subscribers. Go very carefully next week. We're on a bit of an uptick in this country with COVID, so please do stay safe and keep out of harm's way, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.